Welcome. You are listening to the Play Big Queen podcast. This is for you if you are a woman who is an entrepreneur, business owner, professional, leader, or someone who is deeply committed to personal growth, self-improvement, transformation, and living authentically. This is especially for you if you have an invisible disability, whether you are diagnosed, undiagnosed, self-diagnosed, or late diagnosed, and you are working on reclaiming your neurodivergent identity, rebuilding confidence, learning what works for your unique brilliance while breaking free from small people-pleasing conditioning. If you are a visionary change maker interested in advancing your leadership and creating success on your terms, and you want to leave a legacy, if you are navigating disability or neurodiversity as an individual or as an ally, and you are looking for a supportive and inclusive environment to thrive, then this is for you. I am your hostess, Kate Bailey. I am the Play Big Queen. My name is my title and a command for all women. Play Big Queen. I invite you to claim this title for yourself and coronate your Play Big self too, if it serves you. I am a business and embodiment mentor working with women who are ready to rise the fuck up and be your bold, beautiful, sexy ass self, start and grow your big, bold vision, and claim that you too get to have your boldest desires. I am the creatrix of Kate Bailey LLC, which provides coaching services, educational courses, products, and experiences that promote success in neurodiversity advocacy, women's empowerment, embodiment, entrepreneurship, and business to serve women on their transformational journey. To learn more about my company offerings and to get on my email list, go to xxxkatebailey.com. If you would like to learn more about my work, my personal values, my mission, and my community, make sure you catch the last 5 minutes of this episode to go deeper and learn so much more. On this podcast, sometimes we will have guests. Sometimes I'll do solo episodes, but every single time you listen, you will expand. So get ready. It's a new era for women on the Play Big path. Long may we reign. Okay, Queen, this episode might just make you blush, or cry, or climax. I'm not kidding. Because today, my Play Big Queens, we are not talking about some dry-ass mindset hack or 5-step bro strategy to scale your life and business. No, we are talking about money. But not just money. We're talking about what happens when you stop intellectualizing abundance and start seducing it. I am recording this episode in the 105-degree desert heat on my back porch because I am so here to get messy and sweat and drip during this episode. This one is for my buttoned up badasses who look good on paper but feel flat on the inside. It's for the high-achieving woman with the $1 million CV and the 0 turn-on bank account. It's for the part of you that is so fucking tired of pretending that you are satisfied in your life, your business, in your sex, in your relationship to money when you are not. So let me drop something into your body today that may shift your entire financial reality. Your bank account does not want another budget. That's really sweet of you to try, but your bank account, your money, like any other relationship, wants commitment. It wants to be touched deeply. It wants to be seduced, slow, dirty, sacred. And if talking about your money like this and your bank account like this makes you laugh, cringe, squirm, or sigh in recognition, then you, my darling Play Big Queen, are in the right place. Because I have so been there without one delicious, playful, magical bone in my body when it came to thinking about money. Stuck up in my head about all the practical, pressury, anxious attachment type of relating to money that just got me fucking nowhere. I created hot, erotic, messy money for you the closet control freak that's ready to ditch perfectionism, to go through the messy chrysalis of transformation when it comes to your money shame. Hot Erotic Messy Money is a 1 to 3 hour immersive workshop, part ritual, part resurrection, where we reclaim wealth through the lens of erotic embodiment. It's sweaty, it's spiritual, it is sacred, and it is fucking raw. In this workshop, we move, we moan, we reclaim. We surgically remove shame from our spreadsheets, not our literal spreadsheets, because this workshop will have no spreadsheets in it. But we take the shame out of our money relationship and we literally draw it on our skin in lipstick and makeup just to wipe it off while we dance and scream and breathe our way into a new money story. Because for brilliant, soul-centered women, money does not just respond to your logic. Money for us, my dear, it responds to your aliveness. So if you've ever said, I've done all the journaling, but nothing's changing, I'm so done pretending I am satisfied, or I want money to feel sexy, not scary, then babe, this is so for you. And also, I have a gift for the women who know that they are ready to get into Hot Erotic Messy Money. If you get on the Hot Erotic Messy Money waitlist right now, you'll get early bird pricing, a bonus course called The Whore Crawl, which is my self-paced portal into erotic power and financial sovereignty. The price goes up if you are not on the waitlist, and if you wait until the last minute, you will get regular pricing with no bonuses. But get on the wait list because the bonuses are so fucking juicy. We are talking sacred slut, unshame your desire, money as a lover type of frequency. And it's everything that no one ever taught women about wealth, but your body has always known. And if you've been listening for a little while, you know my style. You know it's not my style to be in the woo and the wonderment without the real and the practical. So I want to take a moment to unpack the fact that making money is a cross-dimensional approach. An embodiment, the work we do in Hot Erotic Messy Money, is just one part of that bigger picture. Now, it is a crucial part, a critical part, a potent part that people often overlook because the so-called soft skills of love and embodiment with money are often laughed at or discarded, but they are the most fucking potent of all. And again, I want you in your sovereignty, queen, when you choose to join us for Hot Erotic Messy Money. So I'm going to take a quick side trip here to equip you with some basic info on your money journey to give you a full spectrum lens of what it really takes to create, receive, and hold wealth. Because money, and making loads of it, is multidimensional, particularly for purpose-driven women. Let's start with the logical dimension. Most people have heard of this, right? You need a source of income. This could be a job, a business, investments, IP, or something else with transactional value. Logically, there must be a value exchange. Money typically flows in return for solving a problem, providing a service, or fulfilling a desire. And there are so many forms of value, right? Entertainment is value, beauty is value, laughter is value. But basically and logically, you need value. And you also need systems, invoicing, banking, pricing, offers, legal structure, and a repeatable process that supports sustainability. Ideally, money is tracked and optimized. Budgeting, taxes, expenses, and financial planning help create clarity and control. And then we have the physical dimension, which is one of a few dimensions that Hot Erotic Messy Money plays in. Hot Erotic Messy Money plays in the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual realms. But in the physical dimension, we're talking about your body and nervous system, and your nervous system must feel safe to receive and hold wealth. Many people unconsciously repel money due to trauma or stress. Energy is required to earn. So physical capacity matters. If you're burned out, you start bottlenecking. And this is why it sounds silly to talk about drawing on your body and lipstick around money beliefs and shame and all that for hot, erotic, messy money. But somatic, artistic, creative, transformational play is so important for the body and nervous system and the physical dimension of creating wealth. You need somatic attunement to feel when you are overgiving, undercharging, or compromising your worth. Your body is an instrument for creation, connection, and communication. So nourishment, rest, and pleasure support profit. The emotional dimension. This is where we have feelings and triggers, and we need to feel and deal with our shit. And again, the emotional dimension intersects with the work of hot, erotic, messy money. This is where making more money can often surface old emotional patterns, right? Shame, guilt, fear of visibility, or fear of being too much. Wealth expands your emotional range. It invites celebration, grief, power, loss, intimacy, and boundaries. And when working within the emotional dimension of money, emotional maturity is key. Can you feel the big feelings without abandoning yourself or self-sabotaging? Emotional integrity is key. Can you keep charging what feels good and saying no when it's misaligned and letting your desire guide your decisions? Then we have the spiritual dimension, which is your soul and source connection, right? Money can be a mirror of your alignment with your purpose. When you live in integrity with your calling, it often becomes easier to receive. It's also about trust. And this is such a big thing that we go through in hot, erotic, messy money, right? It's also about trust in yourself, in the timing, and in the greater flow. Money is, yes, a neutral energy. You get to assign meaning to money, and spiritually, it can be a tool for expansion, healing, and generosity and evolution. Prosperity often follows devotion, not just effort. So, devotion to service, to becoming, to remembering your infinite worth, and sometimes even the work that is yours to carry on from your ancestral lineage. And everyone's familiar with the mindset dimension of money, right? Your thoughts and your beliefs. Hot, erotic, messy money works in this dimension as well because it's really challenging to believe that it's possible and that you're worthy of money when you don't know or remember what that feels like in your body. When we're talking about the mindset dimension, we're also talking about scarcity thinking, right? Thinking, oh, people won't pay that, or that's too hard, or I missed my chance. All of this limits your creativity and your magnetism. Open, expansive money making requires identity work. Who do you become when you allow wealth in? The truth is, we just become more of ourselves. We become an amplified version of ourselves. But if we've lost that identity of our true self because we've made one compromise after another in our scarcity mindset, then you must give yourself some space to get messy and let the raw, real you surface again, because that bitch is already abundant and knows that she is worthy and deserving and all the things. And of course, in the mindset dimension, reframing mistakes and rejection is so essential. You're either earning or learning. You have a growth mindset where you can grow your money, grow your wealth. You don't have a fixed mindset. You don't think that nothing can change, right? You think that you either win or you learn. You either earn or you learn. Another dimension, and one of my favorite to play in, is communication. Voice and expression, the communication dimension. If no one knows what you do or why it matters, they cannot pay you. Clear, confident communication and bold asking is essential. Your messaging must resonate with the people that you are meant to serve. It is not just what you say, but it is how it lands and how it is received. It is both your intention and your impact that results from your expression. Sales is not manipulation. It is an invitation. You invite people into your programs. And communication is how you build trust. It's how you build authority and connection. Your energy speaks louder than your words. Embodied congruence sells way more than any strategy. Making money is so multidimensional. We could probably be here all day talking about it, right? But here is the integrated truth. Making money is not just strategy or hustle, nor is it only manifestation and meditation. It is the dance of structure and soul, systems and sensation, message and magnetism. And true wealth happens when your values, voice, vision, and vessel are aligned. And lover, disclaimer. This hot, erotic, messy money dimension that brings the physical, emotional, and spiritual to the forefront so you can integrate new money mindset practices that you've already worked on. This is a practice. This isn't about being performative sexy for the world. This is about finally being and feeling alive for yourself. Because the woman who learns to seduce her nervous system into safety is the woman who can hold anything. And that includes overflow. I know this work could be intimidating, but you can sign up for the waitlist right now. The link is in the show notes, or just go to hoteroticmessymoney.com and sign up. I'll wait. Yeah, babe, just pull over and do it real quick. Yeah, literally just hit the pause button on this podcast episode and go sign up for hoteroticmessymoney.com. I'll wait. And then we can just continue on in the episode. Okay, before you open another fucking budgeting app or sign up for another webinar that you're probably never going to watch, I want you to ask yourself, what would change if I could change my relationship to money from one of shame to one of pleasure? Because the truth is, you cannot budget your way to millions. Oh, you can track every penny and cut coupons and optimize your spending habits, cancel the subscriptions, and use the fucking spreadsheet. And staying stuck in that and never doing anything radically different will keep you stuck in the same cycle of just enough. Because building real wealth is not about money management. It's about self-holding. It's about being able to hold more of you, more of your messiness, more of your truth, more of your longing, more of your bigness, and more of your actual desires without collapsing into fear or rushing to fill the void with something safer, smaller, or more familiar. You must learn to hold the space for the relationships you want with money, even when nothing has arrived yet, and not panic. You have to hold the very tender ache of your desires without immediately reaching for some consolation prize. You have to sit in the silence before the overflow and not mistake it for lack. Because wealth isn't created in the budget, babes. It is created in the space of the vision for the relationship that you want, that you are willing to hold in your nervous system, in your boundaries, in your ability to sit with the discomfort of not yet, without self-abandoning into close enough. Are you following me here? You have to hold the standard. We can't expect everything to go perfectly, and we can't expect it to not be messy, but we can hold the standard and be immovable on that standard. Yes, absolutely. Budgeting might help you manage what you have. I am not here to say don't do your budget work. I am here to say that is not all you have to do, because building crazy in love wealth, that requires becoming someone who can hold what you actually want. And that part, my queen, isn't logical. It is embodied. And that is the work. Now get on the fucking wait list if you haven't already.
And if you did, I'll see you inside Hot Erotic Messy Money.
Okay, that's it for this episode of the Play Big Queen podcast. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. As always, eat the fruit, spit out the seeds, take what nourished you, keep what resonated for you, and leave the rest, because ultimately, you know best. This episode is over until next time, but we can keep this thing going. Go to xxxkatebailey.com, scroll to the bottom where it says join our community, and get on the email list to get all the juicy details about all my offerings and where Play Big Queens play together online, on social media, and in person. We've got a tight community of women claiming their boldest desires, celebrating wins, playing all out, fiercely standing for each other, and going higher together. Go to xxxkatebailey.com, put in your email address, and confirm your subscription. Once you're in, you'll get all the juicy guides, tips, and inspirations, and you get notified first about all the offers we have for all the big stuff we're doing over here. Go to xxxkatebailey.com to stay in the loop. That's xxxkatebailey.com. If you like what you heard in this podcast, subscribe, share it with your friends. And if you got something from this, I would appreciate some reviews and ratings. When you take the time to review the podcast, it helps our podcast get out to more women who need it. If you haven't already, head over to iTunes and Spotify and show Play Big Queen some love. Also, I want you to know that my door is always open, and I will always make space for you to be heard and to honor your experience. The views expressed in this podcast are through the lens of my personal identity and my own lived experience. I am a European mix, Mediterranean mutt who is an Italian, Sicilian, cis heterosexual woman born in New York, experiencing the world in a white body as a multiply neurodivergent who lives in a neurodiverse and racially blended family. And like everyone else, my one single perspective comes with its own limitations. I have done personal and professional work around anti-racism, diversity, equity, equality, and inclusion. I am not a therapist or doctor, and any coaching or advice cannot take the place of professional medical, mental health, or healing help. However, that being said, what happens in my work is often a very powerful, additional, supplemental, or alternative way to heal around identity work, mindset, and emotional wellness. Although I am not a licensed therapist, it is worth noting that in addition to being a mentor, I am trained and certified in emergency medicine and response. I have rendered care to over 20,000 patients in the course of my career. I have taught over 15,000 students, many of which had learning disabilities that were undiagnosed and came from diverse cultural backgrounds. I was also a private health college adjunct professor who was responsible for training medical professionals on how to respond to trauma and behavioral emergencies. If you approach me with any concern, you will be met with professionalism, compassion, tact, understanding, support, and a readiness and a willingness to advocate for your needs. That being said, sometimes I just get it wrong. I am a human being on my own growth journey after all. When I mess up, I'm always available for a courageous and crucial conversation that makes way for growth and healing. Your experience and voice matters to me. I sincerely welcome any feedback you feel called to share. You can email your comments or concerns to info@playbigqueen.com, knowing that I am open to having any and all crucial conversations needed. Okay, remember, you are brilliant. Celebrate yourself. Value your own unique way and honor your own timing, because you can totally create a life and business that feels good and is successful on your terms. Remember to release expectations of what you think your play big process should look like, and be willing to do the work that needs to be done to play big. But most of all, when you come face to face with your boldest desires, remember to trust yourself and play big. Hi, Queen. I see you're in it for the long game. If you reach this part of the podcast episode, it means you're interested in learning more about my work, my values, my mission, and my community. So let's go deeper together. I am here to activate neurodivergent women to play bigger and to show you that you are so capable of doing big things, and that if you value your own unique way and honor your own timing, you will learn to receive your boldest desires and so much more. In my world, what makes you different is valued, celebrated, honored, and welcome. I welcome all who identify as female and non-binary folk in my Play Big Queens community. We believe in and support LGBTQIA+2S, Black Lives Matter, women's and pro-choice rights, and obviously intersectional identities, including disabilities, neurodivergence, and religious beliefs. Personally, I am pro-sex worker rights, pro-Palestinian liberation, against Islamophobia, and against anti-Semitism, and I'm also against any cult-like religions that use beliefs as an excuse to indoctrinate people into abusive, autocratic systems. Like many neurodivergent people, we have big hearts and a strong sense of social justice around here. You are encouraged to stay and play in our Play Big Queen community if you share these values. For those who find the word queen does not resonate, perhaps because of imperial associations, the Play Big Self archetype can take any form, and the invitation and activation remains the same. To learn to embody your Play Big Self, to operate from love instead of fear, to go on a Play Big journey in community because you know that no Play Big queen can truly play big alone. To decide to cultivate the courage to use your voice, unmask, reclaim, embrace, and embody your brilliance, and create a life and business that works with the unique way that you work. Through this work, you will come to know the truth of your brilliance deeply. And as you come to know your authentic self, more and more will begin to open up for you. Knowing your unique brilliance will lead to great success and true belonging. In this world, we take the pressure off and learn to step off the traditional path so you can blaze your own trail. My mission is to get you motivated, inspired, and equipped to get into massive action and go on your very own Play Big journey. My mission is to empower at least 10,000 women to fully step into their Play Big self by offering healing, transformative, inclusive, and neurodiverse affirming coaching and content. Through innovative coaching programs, courses, and masterclasses, we provide the tools, support, sustainability, and community needed to help each woman embrace her unique path to confidence, success, and meaningful impact. If just 10,000 women with invisible disabilities and their allies were empowered with neurodiverse affirming and inclusive communication to express their unique brilliance, step into their authority and autonomy, and lead, the world would experience a profound shift towards inclusivity, innovation, and empathy. These women would break through societal limitations, modeling resilience, creativity, and strength of diversity. Their voices and perspectives, often shaped by unique experiences with challenges and perseverance, would redefine business leadership, inspire systemic change, and create spaces where diverse ways of thinking are not just accepted, but celebrated. Industries and communities would become more accessible and inclusive with practices that honor varied ways of working, communicating, and achieving. This change would ripple into every area of life and society. Workplaces would become more adaptable, offering a culture of respect for individual strengths. Healthcare and education systems would improve, centering accessibility and compassion in their approaches, and policies would evolve to better support those with invisible challenges, benefiting society as a whole. So many women with so much potential are shrinking in the face of their own brilliance, just sitting on the sidelines waiting for permission instead of getting in the game. The activation of the latent potential in these women, their empowerment, making them visible, would inspire others, reduce stigma around invisible disabilities, and encourage everyone to lead authentically. Their successes will light the way for countless more women to rise, creating a culture of true diversity where every person feels valued, included, and emboldened to contribute their brilliance and lead with it. If you know you are ready for more clarity, confidence, and you want to embody your Play Big self and be supported around creating the big vision for your life and business, then send me an email at info@playbigqueen.com telling me why this work is so important for you, and we can explore opportunities to work together and make your Play Big dreams a reality.